I'd like to call the meeting to order, and can you please follow me in the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Amy, can I please have a roll call?
Commissioner DiMattei, absent. Commissioner Eklund,
Here.
Commissioner Friedman. She's online, I see. Commissioner Friedman. Okay. Commissioner Gustafson.
Here.
Commissioner Lohman. Here. Commissioner Rohan.
Here.
Alternate Commissioner Landon. Here. Alternate Commissioner Spriggs. Absent. Alternate Commissioner Wilson. Here. Alternate Commissioner Youngblood.
Here.
And Chair Alpine.
Here.
All right.
And I was just told that Commissioner DiMattei is on his way. That brings us to item 3. Do we have any reports from staff today?
No, we have no reports from staff today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. That brings us to item 4. Changes and approval of the agenda. Is there any changes? See none. Motion to approve. Can I get a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Abstain? Motion carries unanimously. And that brings us to item 5, public comment. At this time, this is an opportunity for the public to speak to the commission on any subject within the jurisdiction that is not on today's agenda. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes, and items from the public will be considered without discussion by the commission and may be referred to staff. So I'll start with the chamber. Please come to the podium.
Hi, Jennifer for Placer County. I just wanted to continue on with the Newcastle Fire Station. I went and spoke to some of the Placer Hill firefighters in Meadow Vista to get their view on the Newcastle-Placer Hills merger, and they are for it. I learned many things that day about how the station operated and their main motto. Is it efficient? Is it effective? And is it compassionate? Here are some of the points on how this merger reflects this motto. Cost sharing for apparatuses between the two stations. They will have more purchasing power by being able to buy things in bulk and bringing the price point down. They have 6 more guys on their team they can pull from who are familiar with the area and that they train with regularly. They feel that this will help create a destination position rather than a stepping stone to another agency. It will also help strengthen the brotherhood between the different stations. And this also keeps a continuity of care for the residents. We spoke a lot about the ALS, Advanced Life Support and Paramedic aspect of the job. By keeping continuity with the firefighters, we help keeping the continuity of care with our aging and elderly residents. The firefighters are familiar with many of the calls they get. They know Mr. Johnson might have a heart issue. They know Mrs. Jones might have COPD or maybe high blood pressure. The residents know the firefighters, and the firefighters are familiar with the health history, and they're already making decisions and getting ready on their way to the call. And this helps shaves off valuable minutes for life-saving care for the residents. I asked the firefighters, how would it affect you if the Newcastle station would close? They overwhelmingly agreed it would hurt the community overall. Not just Newcastle, but it would hurt Meadow Vista, Auburn, and Penryn, as it is a pivotal station for backup, and once the merger goes through, they will become ALS, which will really benefit Auburn, as Auburn City is only a BLS, basic life support, at this time. The firefighters were also concerned about the increase in housing over the past years, as well as the high-density housing coming into the areas. And I agree with this. There's more and more housing coming into the wildland-urban interface. And we have to make sure that we're not taking services away for our residents, but keeping the services there and increasing them as the population is coming to increase. Having the fire station leave could be catastrophic and have consequences for years to come for fire safety and health safety. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else in the chamber that would like to speak to public comment today? Seeing none, I will ask those that are online, if anybody that's online would like to speak to the commission during public comment, please raise your hand. Seeing none, well, we're going to close public comment and move on to item 6, the consent calendar. I'll ask the commission, does any commissioner would like to pull any item from the consent calendar? Seeing none, I will ask the public, if the public would like to speak to any item on the consent calendar, this is the time you can. Seeing none, those online, seeing no hands, I'll bring it back to the commission for
I'll move approval.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries unanimously. That brings us to item 7, business items. 7A, Placer LAFCO MOU with Placer County.
Thank you, Chair and Commissioners. I'd just like to start to talk a little bit about Placer LAFCO's efforts over the last couple of years. Really have been in a period of transition and growth. And during this time, the Commission and staff have been deeply engaged in strategic planning, updating policies, implementing a robust annual work plan, completing municipal service reviews, and processing fairly complex applications, and we have some that are upcoming, as well as navigating staffing changes. And this work will continue as LAFCO moves into the recruitment and hiring process for a new executive officer. With this level of activity and change, Placer LAFCO has really been building capacity both internally and in partnership with our member agencies. Your staff is continuing to strengthen internal processes, enhance coordination on municipal service reviews, and deepen their working relationship with districts and county departments. And these efforts are ongoing, and they really reflect staff's commitment to continually improving how we support local services planning and carrying out LAFCO's responsibilities. I think as interim, stepping in and supporting staff through the last few months, I really do feel that Placer LAFCO is in a solid position to continue this work in building capacity, and there are opportunities ahead to further clarify how Placer LAFCO operates and collaborates, and particularly with the county. LAFCO currently operates under a hybrid staffing model that blends county support with contracted professional services and staff that are county staff. This is supported by a Memorandum of Understanding that was established in 2000. And although LAFCO is an independent agency under the Cortese-Ignatz-Hertzberg Local Government Reorganization Act, Placer LAFCO through the MOU relies on Placer County for several core administrative functions, including personnel support, facilities, and transactional accounting. And there's a separate agreement with the Auditor Controller's Office for those services as well. The MOU really provides a functional administrative framework, but it hasn't been updated in 25 years. And so the intent of initiating an update to the MOU, which is before you today, is to take a closer look at LAFCO's current structure and identify where there's areas that there can be improved clarity and alignment and overall coordination with county departments moving forward. And there's also, I think, real opportunity to modernize certain provisions. And one is the termination clause, for instance, and we have identified this in the staff report. Currently, either party, as it's written, must give written notice by January 1st for termination effective July 1st. So that's a fixed 6-month window that only comes once a year. Looking at other agreements, there's opportunity to modernize this fixed date for more of a rolling notification period. So that's something that could be updated and would really, I think, be mutually beneficial for both LAFCO and the county if either party were to transition and terminate the agreement. There's also, I think, through this process, I think it's a good opportunity to look really comprehensively and review current audit requests from the county, discuss areas of policy consistency that's been noted, as well as just making sure, there's clarity with regard to roles, responsibilities, and expectations among all parties. And so the goal of revisiting the MOU would be to support better coordination and just set up a structure that will serve both LAFCO and the county moving forward, and especially as the commission prepares for transition and hiring of a new executive officer. So with this in mind, the recommendation before the commission is to direct the chair, interim executive officer, and LAFCO council to begin begin coordinated discussions with the county representatives to update the existing MOU, including modifying the termination clause from a fixed annual deadline to a rolling notification period, and to review applicable policies, audit requests, and communication frameworks for future alignment. And I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Pardon me? Okay. At this time, then I'm going to open up this item to the public. If anybody would like to make any comments on this item, this is the time to do so. Any member of the public like to speak, we'll open up public comment in the chambers.
Good afternoon, Chair Alpine, members of the LAFCO Commission. Andy Sisk, Placer County Auditor Controller. So I thought I would clarify a couple of the audit requests that are being discussed by the interim executive officer. The first one is what we call a change of office audit, change of a department head audit. LAFCO underwent this change of office audit when the prior executive officer, Chris Berry, left office. We did a change of office audit, and basically that's an insurance of a transfer of assets, ensuring the credit card has been properly canceled, there's no transactions, they're going to be held accountable to the next executive officer. This is consistent countywide with what we do with every county department head. So we're in the middle of that, and we appreciate the cooperation of LAFCO so we can get through that transition. The second audit, and we do a lot of auditing, we have a lot of claims that come through our accounts payable department, but we also do some audits after the fact. Credit card transactions is one area where we will pull a sample of credit card transactions, various departments, and we'll ask for the backup. We want to make sure that the charge is following county policies. In conjunction with that, we are also looking at employee reimbursements. Again, it's a county-wide endeavor. We pull and sample all county departments, including LAFCO, Air Pollution Control, Western Placer Waste. I know I gave the laundry list last time when I presented this subject. So we're not pinpointing one particular department. It is a random sample. There are some samples that we'll pull in that we've already identified in the credit card program as high risk. We know those, so if we see charges to a Las Vegas casino, we're going to pull that credit card transaction and review it for legitimacy, as an example. So I just, again, wanted to clarify at least what the audits are being done for and why they're being done. With respect to the MOU, the MOUs were initiated back when we implemented the Workday system. One of the things I noted in our countywide cost plan, and I'm not trying to get too technical here, is that some districts were being charged while others were not. for accounting services that the auditor controller provides. Some of the fire districts know we provide a lot of payroll service to them. So we're almost like a little mini ADP shop, for as a lack of a better word. So to ensure consistency, to make sure someone like flood control, LAFCO is not the only ones being charged, we are now charging every special district, not Placer County Water Agency, because we don't provide any services to the water agency, but a number of special districts where we charge through an MOU that's specifically geared towards the services that my office provides. If said district is in the countywide cost plan like LAFCO, this is what we could call a direct billing. That billing comes right off the top in the countywide cost plan. They get charged the net. I'm happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Great. Any questions for Andy?
I have one question. What is that cost, Andy, to LAFCO to have your services?
You know, I don't know that MOU amount off the top of my head. I want to say it's below 10 grand.
It is.
Less than 10?
8,314 in our financials.
My memory's not
Okay,
failing.
there you go.
About
Thank
9
you.
grand.
I looked it up already while we were talking.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Andy.
Andy, I had one question too. And I know you do prepare and sometimes have to undertake audits for some of our special districts because they've been unable to secure audits from private firms. Can you speak to that? Because I think the commission would find that interesting as long as we have you. Like, I know cemetery districts in particular.
Yeah, well, big picture, those that are part of the county family, Western Placer Waste, Air Pollution Control, we saw efficiencies by having one audit RFP so that they can all gain efficiencies because they're all using the same system.
Right.
So they don't have to test the controls over and over and over again. For the others that you mentioned, like Colfax Cemetery was one, Tahoe City Cemetery, not Suburban Pines, I'm sorry, Heather Glen Community Services District, they could not find auditors to do their audit. So finally, we did find a firm that was willing to catch those audits up. And so we went out to our CPA firm that we're currently using in the county, and they were able to provide a quote to provide those audit services.
Great. Thanks for sharing that, because sometimes other commissioners might not understand that there are districts, special districts, independent, that sometimes need our help in securing audit.
Yes, and LAFCO is unique.
Audits,
I mean, they're not under that special district government code I cite quite a bit. LAFCO is under its own separate code section. I don't believe there's anything in that code section that says LAFCO shall be audited, and they had not been audited for many, many years until the prior executive officer came on board and subjected LAFCO to an audit, which I appreciated.
Yeah.
I'm an auditor at heart. Thank you.
Thank you.
Andy.
Excuse me, Chair Alpine, if I may.
Yes.
Just to answer the Commissioner's question, that the agreement itself for this fiscal year with the Auditor Controller and LAFCO says the annual cost of services identified in that agreement is $6,000.
That's right.
Just to answer that.
It's in the budget for 8,000.
Maybe we need to have that with us.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to ask if anybody else, if there's any other member in the public in the chambers that'd like to speak to this item. Seeing none, I'll ask those that are online. Michael Garabedian. Michael, it's your turn to now address the commission.
Thank you. Michael Garabedian, Placer County, tomorrow. It sounds like you're at the beginning of this process, and the key questions on my mind are about how people serving LAFCO are hired, who hires them, who supervises them, evaluates them, promotes them, terminates them. It's very important to know that. I think that the LAFCOs were intended to be impartial and not part of a city or county or special district and so forth membership. LAFCO has to make these determinations. The most critical ones are, of course, which city might cover a particular area. My experience goes back to a lawsuit in 1964. I think I've mentioned it before. And I followed the Commission on Local Governance and that came out with its 2000 report, and I followed the legislation that made those major changes in LAFCO. So I think that you have a difficult situation you're in now. we need to know how it operates and what the county role is. To have people's salary paid by the county or supervisor, it would be good to know exactly what what is being done now for those people. And I guess another major question would be, would the MOU go into those relationships among the people? And I'll close by talking about the avoidance of conflict or conflict of interest or interest in some of the LAFCO decisions are so critical. And I think this county has one of the most difficult experiences with so many cities covering so much of the county and providing municipal services. I've just never seen anything like it. In contrast, the Solano County LAFCO has had a policy of not allowing development in the unincorporated areas. So to develop, it has to become incorporated. That was the policy when I lived in Placer County, a decade or so. It's just, you're just basically on the opposite side, where the unincorporated area is being developed under county approvals. So I guess it might be obvious, which I think is the better approach from past participation. So I hope, I don't know to the extent which you could discuss those issues now at this time, but it might be a good idea to get some supervision explanation in terms of termination and so forth. Anyway, those are thoughts off the top of my head, and I really appreciate having a chance to express them to you as you begin this very critical task for the future of Placer County. I can just say, good luck.
Thank you, Michael. Is there any other member of the public online that would like to speak to this item? Please raise your hand. Seeing none, we will now close the public comment portion of this item, bring it back to the commission for discussion and action.
I have a,
Yes.
as far as discussion, I think it's great to have the flexibility with the 6-month change from one period to a floating period there. My one concern is that we make sure as a commission, when we look at if we were to separate from the county, giving the other agencies adequate time to get into their budget, because I think the July 1st date was chosen so that budgets could be prepared in a timely manner. That 6 months would give notice to all the jurisdictions to prepare their budget for that change, if there was a change in budget. So whenever it is, I would just make sure that we're responsive to the needs of the special districts and cities and people that have to pay the bills, that they're prepared to take on a change. But I'm fine with you delegating to you to do that with.
Thank you. Any other commissioners with comments? Yep.
Just going through the MOU, and it says that the fund that governs LAFCO to use county facilities, I'd assume the Air Pollution Control Office as well. Is that part of it? Also these chambers as well? Is there a cost that, I haven't looked at all the spreadsheets, so is there a cost that LAFCO pays to the county for allowing that, or is it free part of the MOU to use this facility? And the staff that it takes to make this all happen?
I don't know the exact numbers. I will tell you, we pay the air pollution control for our office space,
Okay,
and I believe they own that building.
correct.
And that's once a year, and I'd have to look up the lease agreement to give you the total.
Okay.
But, I'm not sure. We do get billed in a roundabout way, but like.
Separate from the MOU then.
Right.
So what about this facility?
That's what I was referring to. I'm not sure on the actual, if there's actual costs involved for the different facilities. I know we pay IT to give us support, and I would have to double check on all those numbers. It kind of comes in as a lump sum, but it's.
I'm just thinking, okay, so if LAFCO does vote to separate from the county, and this is part of the MOU to use this facility, now what would the county charge or even let LAFCO use this facility in the future, and if it's going to cost us more money. So at the end of the day, I want to know what all our costs are going to be to separate from the county. Thank you.
Any other commissioner? Commissioner Rohan? Oh, Commissioner Friedman.
Thank you. I'm kind of confused because I thought the action before us was whether or not to update the MOU. Is that correct?
That is correct, but there's also
Okay.
alternate actions. And in the alternate actions, there's 2 items of take no
Yeah.
action or consider, a direction to something else. But what's before us, the staff recommendation is to engage in conversation with the county over the MOU. And
To update the MOU, and the alternative actions are to table that action of directing staff to continue negotiations or taking no action, right? We're not,
correct.
that's what I understand is before us today. Thank you.
Is that correct? I should actually let staff. But
Yes.
That's correct,
a-
right?
Thank you for that
Correct.
summary.
Thank you.
Yes.
Any other commissioners like to speak to the item?
I agree with my fellow commissioners that it makes sense, and it's definitely should be consideration, the other organizations, and giving them plenty of time if that direction is decided to be taken, that we give everybody ample time. And so I agree with Commissioner Gustafson and also fellow Commissioner DeMatte that it would be prudent for us to understand what are all of our costs, and I am curious to know as well. So I'm looking forward to doing a deeper dive in pursuit of clarity and helping all of our partners and agencies understand what their roles are, responsibilities, as well as ours, and clear up any ambiguity and make everything a little more efficient.
Any other commissioner comments? All right, with that, can I get a motion or some action?
I'll move the staff recommendation number 1, direct the chair, interim executive officer, and LAFCO council to begin coordinated discussions with county representatives to update the existing MOU, including the modifying of the termination clause from a fixed annual deadline to a rolling 6-month notification period, and to review applicable policies, audit requests, and communication frameworks for future alignment. How's that? Thank you for wording that for me.
Perfect, I'll second that.
All right, can I please have a roll call vote?
All right, Commissioner DeMatte,
Yes.
Commissioner Eklund,
Yes.
Commissioner Friedman,
Yes.
Commissioner Gustafson,
Yes.
Commissioner Lohman,
Yes.
Commissioner Rohan, and Chair Alpine.
Yes.
All right.
And I just want to say in closing comment, once we engage in the conversation, if there is identified a path of how to review the MOU and discussions like that, I expect to bring this back to the commission for an ad hoc of some sort, so it's not just directed with one commissioner, and to look at the whole MOU and make sure things are addressed. Also, in the ways of the audit MOU, I'd like to thank Andy's office. The auditor's office has been very patient with us. We are talking with the executive officer. We will be approaching you here relatively soon. We know it's high on our list to get these audits done, questions and MOUs straightened out and processes straightened out. There's just been, once again, I just really appreciate everybody's patience in the last, especially in the last 4 months. There's been a lot of things that have been moving on, and I think that these are good steps in the right direction of how we could resolve some issues and actually make some clear lines of what's expectations for the public and for all of our partnerships of what we're doing. So thank you once again. And with that, that moves us on to our next item, Executive Director's Report.
There we go. I'm going to keep this really short. In January, we're going to be bringing back a mid-year budget report and an update to the annual work program, and it's a new year, so really looking forward to seeing everyone in January. As of right now, we're continuing to work really closely with staff and agencies that are involved in various service reviews that have been in progress for some time, and we're working on reviewing administrative drafts of the cemetery services. It's a countywide cemetery services municipal service review, so that's in the admin draft review phase, and we're really looking forward to once we have all the agencies review of their profiles and the admin draft to bring that forward and publish that in the new year. We're working with various applications that are in the pre-application phase, including the incorporation proposal, which did receive, went through the petition process, the signature collection process, and is now with the elections office to actually review the signatures for completeness and verifying those signatures, which would initiate the incorporation process for Lake Tahoe. So lots of stuff happening, but I just wanted to keep it pretty short today with regard to the executive officer's report, and coming back in January with a more comprehensive update with our work program and our budget mid-year. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for the executive director? See none. Any questions online? Okay, thank you.
Michael Garabedian has his hand up.
That's Michael. Okay, you got Michael. Please make a comment. Thank you.
Hi, thank you. Michael Garabedian, Placer County Tomorrow. Well, I think a major question for people in Placer County, if not this commission, is the independence of LAFCO from the county government. And it's not clear to me that you are looking into that. Maybe you've discussed it, and I'll look forward to finding out if it has been discussed. But even without your discussing it, I think it's a critical topic for the public to get engaged in, to deal with the question of independence from the county. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public member? See none. That'll bring us to item 8, closed session attendance. The commission will determine if an alternate commissioners have the essential role to play in the following closed session item, and thus attend the closed session. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained, motion carries unanimously. That moves us on to item 9, closed session. This time, we're going to recess into closed session, and we'll come out and report when complete. Thank you, Hannah. All right, we just returned from closed session. We have nothing to report, and that brings us to item 10, executive officer recruitment and selection process. I believe we have discussion of looking at entering into an agreement of doing some shared services with Joe Saran from Santa Cruz LAFCO to help us with our executive officer recruitment. I think if that is something that this commission is interested in doing, we'd have to set a limit of a contract not to exceed limit, and the authorization to work with Placer County, LAFCO, with Joe Serrano, or the consultant, the shared service of Santa Cruz, LAFCO, and Placer County HR. So,
Sounds good.
if that's a discussion with there, I'd be looking for direction of what we'd like to set that limit.
And if I could interject for purposes of the record, it's my understanding that the chair and vice chair received a proposal, or at least an outline of services that could be provided by Mr. Serrano and Santa Cruz LAFCO. And so to the extent you want to ask staff to consider that and include that in negotiations of a consultant services contract, your commission probably should also give that direction.
Sounds good.
Do you want to make the motion, or do you want me
We need about,
To add all that, or just the not to exceed?
not to exceed?
not to exceed.
Okay, I would propose that we do a not to exceed amount of $10,500. An estimated time frame that we've been given is 3 months.
$10,500, okay.
I'll second that.
Okay. With, does that motion take?
With the,
I would clarify that you're directing the executive officer to engage in discussions to consummate a contract with Mr. Serrano, Santa Cruz, LAFCO, and the county for purposes of consultant services at an amount not to exceed $10,500.
So
Is
moved.
that a correct?
Just say so moved.
I've been sick for a couple weeks. Okay, can I just say ditto?
All
and
right.
I'll second that ditto.
Okay, so that's the motion. That's clarification of the motion that was already done. All right. With that, can I please have a roll call vote?
Do we need public?
Oh, wait, actually, before I ask for a vote, public comment. Is there any member of the public like to comment to this item? Seeing none in the chambers, else those are online. Seeing none. Thank you, Commissioner Gustafson.
That's all right.
And with that, a roll call vote.
All right, Commissioner Eklund,
Yes.
Commissioner Friedman,
Yes.
Commissioner Gustafson,
Yes.
Commissioner Loman,
Yes.
Commissioner Rohan, alternate Commissioner Landon,
Yes.
and Chair Alpine.
Yes, thank you. That moves us on to correspondence. Any questions, comments on any course on the correspondence? It's receive and file item. That brings us on to item 12, commissioner comments. At this time, any commissioner could speak.
The only thing I wanted to bring to staff's attention is I'm going to be out of the country for the meeting in February. So Supervisor Landon, I'm hoping you're here. But if there's particular items, when we look at agendizing, I know our staff likes to have a couple months to know what's coming on the agenda, if there's something relative that we need to think about.
Thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Okay. Any other commissioner comments? I'll just say in closing, I want to say thank you to the commission and to all of our partners that work with us, especially our staff, in particular Amy. It's been a heck of a year. You guys have all stepped up, and we've done a lot. And even though it's kind of was a little chaotic this year, we did a lot. We did the policies, we updated all of our policies. We did the strategic plan. We found Colette to help us, guide us to our North Star, make sure all the balls were kept up in the air and juggling. Kept the ball moving. Today, thank you for all the hard work. We have a process of getting a new executive officer. We also looked at looking at the MOUs, which was something that the commission wanted to look at. We've set apart of looking at the audit and getting those questions answered and things of that nature, and also keeping the MSRs moving forward, and probably one of the most significant things that have happened in this whole time is a community has gained votes to ask for incorporation. So there's been a tremendous amount of work, and I just want to express from the commission to everyone, thank you, and thank you very much. And may all of you have a wonderful holiday. Be safe, enjoy your families, enjoy your communities, and we'll see you next year. And with that, can I get a motion to adjourn? All in favor? Aye. Aye. Thank you. See you next year.